Welcome in, Gemini. This is your reading for any Gemini placement. Thanks for being here. All right, we're going to ask Spirit, what is it that you need to know? Okay. Conflict may arise in some way for you, or if it hasn't already. It's like somebody's pulling at your seams. What I'm seeing is somebody's trying to pull in two directions, and the seam is kind of like starting to, you know how if you pull your seam, you start seeing the threads. It's like somebody's trying to pull you apart in some way, and it's like straining you, and like you're not that you're barely hanging on, but I mean it's like that. It's like you need to hang on by a thread or all these threads, okay? They want you to understand the meaning of what this means for you. It's like you pulling back, like you're trying to get your seam to come back together. In other words, like for everything to come back together. And the only way that you know how to do that is to kind of pull back on the fabric, like, you know, pull it back to you, kind of like you're having a tug of war with all this, these other people or energies, whatever it happens to be for you, that's pulling you in all these directions, because it's happening in, well, two directions, either both sides of you, okay, in that respect, okay? Okay, so this might have to do with your mom, or if you have a mom in spirit, she just showed up, okay? So this message is coming from your mom in spirit also, and she's showing me a ring that has it looks like a red stone. So this might be something you have, and this is not where I expected this to go today, but it's okay. I'll let her come in and give a little message. All right. She's also showing me an umbrella. Okay. So perhaps like she is your umbrella. She is your covering and your guide. All right, let me shift back into the information for Gemini. Okay. I thank her for being here. It's okay. I'm just trying not to focus on her, and she's sewing something, which, you know, would make sense because because I was seeing that seam of the fabric and all that. So that could be something that she was really into. Okay. And if it's your mom that's still living, that could be a part of it as well. Okay. So, is this reading going to turn out to everybody in spirit? Because I'm seeing a girl, dark hair. Her hair is in like a high ponytail. So this could be you. Could have been you when you were younger, whatever. Okay. So let's see what else Gemini needs to know in this reading. We'll just pull another card and hopefully get new energy that way. Okay. Spirit is talking about basics, going back to basics. So you could be thinking, now this kind of feels almost like you might be thinking of baking your own bread, going back to a simpler ingredients of your food, whatever that is, you know, the basics of how it used to be, you know, it's like going back to more of a basic life. Okay, and the reason for this is that it grounds you into even your heritage or your background and all these things, but it also grounds your energy, and it keeps you from being scattered. Okay, so I feel like, you know, the beginning of the reading, obviously you're being pulled to where you're busting, you know, and now what Spirit is saying is going back to basics will bring you back together to who you are. And it's like information overload, you know, in our society, we all have so many things that are just always coming to us and around us and in our view and in our social media and all these things. And really, things never used to be that way. I mean, we didn't have any of that. For me, when I was growing up, we didn't have any of that. So life was simpler and our nervous system was not bombarded with all these emotions. One minute you're crying at a video, one minute you're laughing at a video. I mean, this is not normal stuff. And just a lot of stuff like that builds up and it contributes to your anxiety. Okay, so what Spirit is saying is you've got to step away, calm down, do some of these basic, mundane things in your life and without even music playing. Okay, just some silence, some peace. Okay, so that's what Spirit is wanting to tell you in this reading. Let's see what else is going on for Gemini. So the outcome of you like listening to what Spirit is saying, what your guides are telling you, your higher self, this is all these things I'm tapped into, is that it's going to make you happier overall. Okay, so this card is a card of having everything, having as many cups as you want. You're having your whole family, you're having everything in line, in order, and you're looking at it like, wow, this is really, I've come to where I'm really, really happy and I'm really, really satisfied. And that's where it will lead you. But they're saying you must come back to yourself. You must come back to yourself and know who it is that you are, because you're a piece of source energy and you're creating based on your guidance through your heart space, through the source of all creation is who you are. But with all those distractions and being pulled all these different directions, you can't hear your heart. You can't hear that. So that's what they're trying to guide you back to. And that's what's going to give you true happiness, and not all these other things that are giving you a bumpy, emotional roller coaster ride in life. Okay, so that's your message from Spirit right now. Let me know in the comments how that resonates for you, whether you find value in it or not. Do all the things to try to share it out. Share the videos out. I really would appreciate that. Thank you so much. Take care.